Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Taryn and I'm the artist behind the Artisan Doll page over on Instagram. In celebration of recently hitting 3,000 followers and to thank you guys so much for your incredible support, I wanted to start sharing a closer look at my projects here on YouTube. In this video, I'll be sharing with you guys the process behind my most recent custom. This project was inspired by the idea of having your head in the clouds. Here's a look at my concept sketch. For the base of this project, I'll be using an Ever After High Blondie from the Birthday Ball line. Some dolls from this collection didn't include wrist articulation, so later in the project I'll be rebodying her with this Papio hair doll. For now though, I'll be putting her head on a body with a broken neck peg to make it easier to hold and to swap out later. I'm so in love with the original hair color of this doll and it fits the theme really well, so I started by masking it off. I prepared the base by removing her factory paint with 100% acetone and by spraying her with 2 layers of Mr. Super Clear flat spray. I'm allowing 30 minutes drying time between each layer of sealant. Next, I start sketching on her face with a light brown watercolor pencil. Anytime I make a mistake, I erase it using this Faber-Castell eraser pencil, and I brush out the residue with a paintbrush. Happy with the brown outline, I actually start building color on the same layer using other watercolor pencils. I'm mapping in where I want all of the other colors to go, and this helps to create a strong base to make the colors more prominent later. Before I seal the first layer, I use a piece of clear elastic ribbon to make sure that everything is lining up correctly. I give the doll another layer of sealant and then I start building my colors up with pastels. I'm using Mungyo brand chalk pastels. I continue building up color and detail in layers, alternating between pencils and pastels until I'm happy with the final opacity. I try to make her eyes look really realistic by using different shades of blue each time I add a new layer. Now for the clouds of her makeup. I gave her 2 coats of sealant before sketching the clouds with a white pencil. When I'm happy with the initial placement, I take a damp detail brush and I start dissolving away the excess pigment. I'm actually pushing some of it towards the edge to create a stronger white line. Before moving on to the next layer, I take some pearl pigments and mix them into some matte paint medium to create a really nice shimmery effect that I paint on top of the white lines of the clouds. also mixed up some blue pigments to add to her eyes in the same technique. Before adding another layer of sealant, I altered the color of her brows and strengthened the whites of her eyes. From here on out, I'm switching from using Mr. Clear Flat Spray to seal my layers to Mr. Super Clear Matte Spray. The matte formula is going to help retain some of the shimmer of the pigments. I'm using Prismacolor brand watercolor pencils for my face up, and in my experience, the matte formula of Mr. Super Clear doesn't really take the color quite as well. I'm using this to my advantage this time because I want the clouds to be a little bit more translucent as I layer them up together. I give her another layer of sealant and then come in with some pastel yellow acrylic paints to add in the moon and star details. When I'm happy with the face, I add in her lashes. As I mentioned earlier, the matte spray doesn't take the color quite as well, so I'm going to be going over this with acrylic paint later. To gloss the doll, I'm going to be using Duraclear Gloss Varnish. I don't really like to gloss the eyes of my dolls, especially Ever After High dolls, since their eyes are just so big, it looks kind of strange to me, so I'm only going to be adding gloss to the waterline of her eyes. And here's a closer look at how the face-up turned out. I really like it. Let's work on some of her accessories. Here, I've cut out 2 cloud shapes from plastic doll packaging. I'm going to be making her a cloud bag, so for that, we're going to need some glass seed beads, some little white pearl beads, and a cotton ribbon. I start by adding some glue around the edge of the plastic pieces, and then I glue down some of the iridescent fabric that I used for her jacket later on. I do this for both pieces, and when it's dry, I trim away the excess. I decided to add some white paper to the back of one of the cloud pieces to make the bag a little less transparent in the end. Using a hot glue gun, I'm gluing a cotton ribbon around the edge of one of the bags, and I trim away the excess around the top so the bag can still have an opening. With a needle and thread, I string some glass seed beads and sew them into the cotton ribbon of the bag to create this water drop effect. I do the same with the pearl beads to attach a handle to the bag. After tying those off, I'm going to add the white panel to the top of the bag, again using hot glue. Here it is. It looks pretty good, but I think we can take it a step further. I'm adding some yellow star glitters to the bag to give it a little extra dimension and to really tie into the concept. I painted a headband that I had in my doll collection blue for the rest of her accessories and created 2 little cloud shapes using hot glue. I painted them white and covered them with a layer of shimmer. I'll be uploading a separate tutorial on how I made her outfit, but it consists of an iridescent bomber jacket, a little gray turtleneck sweater, and a cloud skirt. I later changed my mind about using a white skirt and I remade it in blue. For her shoes, I'll be using these replicas of Cleo Denial's Donna the Dance shoes that I got on eBay quite some time ago, and I start off by painting them blue. Using some more of the pearl beads that I used for the handle of her bag, I looped about 4 of them together to create a cloud shape, and then I sewed them into the existing hole on the heel. I secured them to the inside sole with some glue and then cut off the excess. I sealed the entire shoe with a layer of matte Mod Podge. Okay, I think we're done with accessories for now, so let's go ahead and start assembling her. I recurled her bangs with a split look, and then I gave her a cute bob cut. Here's the blue version of the skirt that I ended up remaking. And here she is all done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what you thought of my first YouTube video in the comments section below. If you're interested in seeing more of my work, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Artisan. I can't wait to share more projects with you guys, so please consider subscribing to the channel as well. And don't forget to check out the sewing tutorial for her outfit. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!